Former welterweight king Kamaru Usman returns to face the terrifying prospect of Joaquin Buckley. This is your UFC Fight Night Usman versus Buckley preview show, and it's coming up next on Fighting with Friends. Welcome back to Fighting with Friends and still the undisputed African fighting podcast champion of the world. UFC Fight Night Usman versus Buckley takes place this Sunday, June 15th at 4 a.m. South African time. And it's just me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so please just bear with us a few more episodes. Brother Guy will be back to give you his expert analysis as soon as possible. Please don't unsubscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. But as always, we'll start at the top of the card, ladies and gentlemen. And here we do see, like I said, the former welterweight king, Kamaru Usman. And he is currently ranked at number 5. He's 24-0. He has 9 wins by KO, 1 by sub. He has 3 first-round finishes. And his last fight came in 2023, where he lost by unanimous decision to Khamzat Chimaev. He's coming up against the frightening prospect of Joaquin Buckley, who is currently number 7 in the welterweight division. He's 21-6-0. He's on a 6-fight streak, 15 wins by KO, 4 first-round finishes last time out, dominating Colby Covington. That one ending in a third-round doctor stoppage. So, yeah, a lot of moving parts in this fight, I think, when it comes to Kamaru Usman specifically. Like I said, last fight was in 2023. It's a long layoff. He's also getting on in age now. So how those knees come out or how those ankles, and he's coming up against Buckley, who is on an absolute tear, super dangerous, super explosive, and you've really got to be on your game when you come up against someone like this who's as hungry as he is as well. But yeah, Kamaru Usman, I would say, has the grappling advantage here for sure. He's got Trevor Whitman in his corner. He is extremely experienced. So look, he's gotten a kind of clear path to victory, I would say, in terms of using his wrestling. But yeah, I just think Buckley is gonna be too dangerous, too fresh, too hungry, and yeah, I think I'm backing Buckley to get it done here. I think he's probably gonna KO Usman like Buckley usually does. He does get finishes, so excuse me. I think he's gonna finish Usman, and I predict that to be around the third round. So yeah, Buckley by TKO in the third round. I see him catching Usman with something nasty, like just a flailing right overhand, catches Usman cold and knocks him out. So we'll go to some numbers quickly. As you can see, Kamaru Usman is firmly the underdog here. Buckley has 1.36 on the money line. I'm gonna go with Buckley by KO, and that's a 2.25, and that is also, by the looks of it, the most likely result here. Um, Kamaru is still quite a live dog as a betting man, I would say, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Buckley. Yeah, I just think again too much momentum. I think the layoff's been too long for Kamaru, and yeah, I just think Buckley's part of this newer generation that's coming through now. And if we look at how he dominated Colby, um, Colby and Usman are kind of part of that same generation, and Buckley's like this newer generation. So Colby looked terrible against Buckley, and if that's any indication as to kind of where that era of fighters are at, I just feel like Buckley's going to be way too much for Kamaru, and again going to finish him on the night. So yeah, Buckley by TKO in the third. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. But we will keep it moving then. And here we'll go to the women's flyweight division. It's the return of Thug Rose Namajunas, the number 7 flyweight. She's 14-7-0. She last time out, she lost to Erin Blanchfield by unanimous decision. Coming up against Miranda Maverick, who is the number 11 ranked flyweight. She is 17-5-0. She's got 8 wins by sub. She's on a 4-fight streak. Last time out, she beat Jamie Lynn Horth by unanimous decision. So yeah, the return of Thug Rose. Rose, of course, is the superior striker here. But she just always seems to have these mental blockages, which kind of hold her back. We've seen that she can be great on a night. She's beaten the likes of Wei Lee and really high level opponents. But with Thug Rose, it just depends on which version of her shows up on the night. She's a real world beater again on a day. But yeah, I'm hoping that we get a real stellar performance here from Tagros. Having said that, Miranda, of course, holds the grappling advantage here, and I just think it's honestly the worst type of stylistic matchup for Tagros. If she comes up against a wrestler who's just able to kind of hold it down and demoralize her, if she gets it down early, I think it's going to be a very long night for Tagros. So a takedown defense is going to be super important on the night. Um, but yeah, I think she might have enough to do it. I got a good feeling the Thug Rose, the vintage Thug Rose, is going to pull up, and we're going to get a good performance from her. So yeah, I look for Thug Rose to. I mean, the takedown defense will hold up. I'm hoping, and yeah, she'll get the job done over 3 rounds. Yeah, but yeah, I think those early exchanges in this one is going to be very important. So Stagdo's takedown defense needs to hold up in the early stages. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long night for. But yeah, I'm supporting Tagros. But my logic is telling me that Miranda Maverick is probably going to get it done here. As you can see, Miranda is an underdog here, surprisingly, um, considering the streak she's been on. So she might be a live dog here. But yeah, Thug Rose, of course, vastly experienced. So yeah, I mean, it's as you can hear, I'm quite confused, quite conflicted with this one. I want Thug Rose to win, but I got a feeling Miranda's going to win. So if you're gonna make me pick here, I'm gonna go with Thug Rose. I think we're gonna see once again vintage Thug Rose. Um, so difficult, but yeah, let's go with that. Let's say vintage Thug Rose to pull up on the night and get the job done. But yeah, I wouldn't bet on that one, to be honest. Um, okay, we'll keep it moving then, and we'll go to the middleweight division now, where Dricus Du Plessis is, of course, the champion. We see Edmund Shahbazyan, who is 14-5-0. He's got 12 wins by KO, 12 first round finishes. Last time out, he beat Dylan Budka by one of those first round finishes, first round KO. Andre Petroski is 13-4-0. He's got 4 wins by KO, 4 by sub. He's on a 3-fight streak. Last time out, he beat Rodolfo Vieira by unanimous decision. So yeah, I think. I mean, I'm not really too interested in this fight, to be honest with you. I don't think either of these guys are really going to be contenders in the middleweight division. But yeah, I do think that Edmund has the striking advantage here. He's a decent kickboxer, but yeah, he's just been very inconsistent in the UFC. Petroski has decent grappling, but I don't think Petroski's grappling is to the extent where it's going to neutralize Edmund's striking. So yeah, I look for Edmund Shahbazyan to get it done here. I think he's probably going to get it done by decision. Um, maybe a third round TKO. But yeah, I'm not really too excited about this one, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about that one. Who you got there? A fight I'm a bit more excited for here is the return of Cody Garbrandt, the former bantamweight champ. He is 14-6-0. He's got 11 wins by KO, 8 first round finishes. He did, however, lose to Davison Figueiredo by second round sub in his last fight. Coming up against Raoni Barcelos, 19-5-0. He's got 8 wins by KO, 3 by sub, 5 first round finishes. 2-fight win streak. Last time out, he beat one of the UFC Golden Boys, Peyton Talbot, by unanimous decision. And he's absolutely juiced to the gills, according to the notes that the other guys provided me with here. But yeah, Barcelos, of course, veteran in the game. Yeah. Um, but yeah, he's also just extremely inconsistent, which seems to be a theme of fighters on the squad. Um, and yeah, Cody Garbrandt, as we know, has the power in his hands. He's a former champ, and I don't know, man. It's hard for me to look at Cody and like not see that performance against Dominic Cruz when he won the championship. So, I'm very biased when it comes to Cody just because of that one performance. I think it was possibly one of the greatest performances in UFC history over the course of 5 rounds. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna go with Cody here. I'm going with a nostalgic pick. I'm hoping that he gets it done by KO TKO. So yeah, Cody Garbrandt by KO TKO, and let's say he gets that done in the first round. How about that? How about that? Yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts on that one, ladies and gentlemen. And we will keep it moving nicely into the middleweight division. We got Mansoor Abdul-Malik, who is 8-0. He's got 7 wins by KO, 1 by sub. Absolute finishing machine. 6 of those finishes coming in the first round. He's 2-0 in the UFC. Last time out, he beat Nick Klein by second round KO. Coming up against Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage 11-6 and 0 is 6 wins by KO, 3 by sub. 7 first round finishes. Last time out, he beat Julian Marquez by first round TKO. Um, so yeah, this is. I mean, it looks very much like one of those fights that are set up for one of the Dana White Contender Series prospects to really make a statement. Um, Cody Brundage is game. He's tough. Um, and he's of course got that knockout power and the finishing potential. But it's very difficult for me to see any result here for Cody Brundage. And yeah, I'm just looking at some numbers now, and I think look at that. I think Cody Brundage might be the biggest dog on the card. Let's just have a quick look here and see if there's anything else bigger than that. Yeah, Cody Brundage officially the biggest dog on the card. So yeah, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you otherwise. I see Mansoor Abdul Malik definitely just really keeping him at range and yeah, just finishing him likely, if not just managing the distance. Because Brand is just tough, but Mansoor is a finishing machine, and I think you'll get another finish here. So you'll manage the distance, I imagine, get his reads, and then by the second round, he'll start just picking him apart. And I just don't see any positive outcome here for Cody Brundage, unfortunately. And yeah, like I said, the bookies are saying pretty much the same thing. So yeah, if you are feeling lucky, put that bet on Cody Brundage. He is the biggest dog on the card. But yeah, anyway, we'll keep it moving, man. Go to the light heavyweight division. We have Alonzo Menifield, who is 37 years old. So definitely getting on. He's 16-5-1. He's got 10 wins by KO, 3 by sub. 10 first round finishes. Last time out, he beat Julius Walker by split decision. He's coming up against Umar C, who is undefeated at 11-0. He's got 4 wins by KO, 4 wins by sub, 7 first round finishes. He's 2-0 in the UFC. And yeah, he last time out he beat Dalwoon Jung by unanimous decision. Um, so yeah, again, just Alonzo Menifield, 37 years old, C 11-0 undefeated. Um, again, I just don't. I think this is a complete mismatch. I think it's one of those where, yeah, they're just having this prospect, undefeated prospect, come up against an older dude, kind of gatekeeping in the UFC. So yeah, I don't really see too much point in making too much of this. I'll just go to some numbers and we can see. Yeah, look at that, Alonzo Menningfield, 6. So he's just a smaller underdog than Cody Brundage here. So yeah, I don't really get the logic when it comes to those type of matches. I'm not too sure what the matchmakers are thinking here. But yeah, again, it might just be for the sake of getting some buzz around some new contenders. Um, yeah. So yeah, go almost see to get it done there. Not sure how, but yeah, he'll definitely get it done. I imagine he'll probably just outwork Menifield. Menifield does have the propensity to gas out. So yeah, I look for Umasi to outwork, maybe out wrestle Menifield, and yeah, get the job done there for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that one. I rate to probably get it done by decision here, Umasi. Okay, so that is the main card, and we'll go to some prelims very quickly. We got Paul Craig coming up against Rodolfo Bellato. Paul Craig, of course, very one-dimensional, just looking to pull guard there. Rodolfo Bellato, don't know too much about him, but he is a very big favorite here. So yeah, likely Bellato to get it done. I always do put a bet on Paul Craig when I do gamble, just because the odds are so good, and like you never know when he might like just sink in a guillotine choke or something like that. So yeah, not likely, but yeah, it is kind of tradition for me. So I might just continue that. We'll see. I mean, you can only fool me so many times, Paul Craig. But anyway, we move on. We got Michael Chiesa, who is still fighting, um, making his bi-yearly appearance in the UFC, coming up against Court McGee, who is also, I believe, quite old. So yeah, a bit of a testimonial fight here. Give me Michael Chiesa by sub. That's usually how he gets the job done. And then we'll keep it moving. We got Malcolm Wallmaker coming up against Chris Moutinho. Malcolm Wallmaker, of course, knocked out Cameron Simon, our boy, yeah, in South Africa. So not too happy about that, Mr. Wallmaker. He did also quit his job after he got his 50K bonus. So really putting it all on the line here, coming up against Chris Moutinho, who, if your knowledge is like mine, you'll know Chris Moutinho as the punching bag who came very close to going the distance with Sean O'Malley, but was unfortunately cut short when he couldn't take any more punishment. And then, yeah, Ricky Simon, Kevin Smotherman should be a fun one. And that is about where the knowledge of this card ends for me, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to wrap it up there. And yeah, just going to go to some final thoughts. I think after the previous Fight Night card, anything would have been better. So the bar wasn't very high coming into this one, unfortunately. Um, it's decent. It's a decent main. It's a decent co-main. It's not a bad fight night card. But just again, because of last fight night card, it's very sour taste in people's mouths. But yeah, trying to be as unbiased as possible. I think I'd give this card about a 6, maybe a 5.5, pushing the 6. Let's go with 5.5. Um, yeah, 5.5 I think is a fair score. Um, yeah, I think that's fair. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching once again. If you have made it this far, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Fighting with Friends. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the week. And we will be back next time on Fighting with Friends.